Welcome to the IAOB SMMT YouTube channel. These 13 videos were filmed at Faltec Europe Ltd in Sutherland, UK, and will focus on techniques that can be used while conducting first, second, or third-party audits using the IATF 16949 standard. These are simulated scenarios and are not intended as a full representation of an IATF audit.
So we just want to understand how you receive customer complaints, customer concerns, and what kind of process you go through once you're notified of a customer concern.
So there's a different way we get notified. So if it's a Nissan, so they'll make a phone call first. So first thing is you answer the phone call and we visit Nissan as soon as possible. It's probably within half an hour. We'll try to reach there. We look at the concern, what they got. We have a challenge them, whether we agree with it or whether we don't agree with it.
And you'll always visit?
Always. Every concern we visit. Only for Nissan because they just opposite.
They're very close.
It's very close. So we visit all the time. Kasai also we visit. It's only nearby, so we visit. But BMW or Honda or anything, we just get an email notification that that's their concern. So that's the way we get notified. Nissan, once we go there, we argue, we debate whether it's our responsibility or whether it's your fitment process or whatever. And if we do come to agreement that it is our concern, then they will send us an email detail what they scored, how many parts they found, whatever it is. They'll give an email description of that. Once we receive that, and I'll come back with the part, with the no good part, come back. I will start logging in. This is our, we've got an X-Drive access for the QC department. It's under QA, QC, SQA, they all got access to this. It's a con log, concern log. So we look at the concern log, so we start filling out. So D1 to D4 of the 8D is filled by QC. That will be myself. I'll show you the example of the most recent one. We had a concern yesterday. We had a phone call yesterday for notifying a concern for the end cap detachment. And I went over there, I looked at the part, and I've proved the point that it was Nissan's fault, the way they fitted the part on the vehicle, and I would not accept the concern. And our parts were audits. I've made our case over there straight on the point. So we did not receive any email, we did not receive any concern for it, we did not get scored for it. But when we come back,
so let me just make a note of that. That's this end cap. So I'm going to put that reference number because it was, given that that's happened really recently, it would be good just to understand what containment you've got in place. So we'll look at that separately.
So what we've done is we've come back, we've started the paperwork. We raised the CIR, that's the concern investigation report, and we issued to production. We issued to containment, and we issued to all the seniors and all the managers, so they all aware that a certain conversation happened with the customer. We raise the paperwork, we send it out. It's the same unique number has been sent on an email, so everybody in the company will be aware of that number. That's what happened. So D1 to D4, what the part number is, what the description is, what line is made on, when it happened, what time it happened, what's the product code, how many parts were affected. And there's a column of recurrence, which I've said so whenever we get a concern, we look for last 3 years or for a history, whether we have so if we do have a concern in last 3 years, we'll keep it as a repeat.
So if we just go back to the concern log, what period is this covering? Is this...
This is all 2023.
Okay.
So this is 2023, but if I can go on the X-Drive, I've got 2022, 2021.
Okay, I can see the history.
So I've got a...
And how do you know whether you've had a repeat concern, whether it is a similar issue?
So it will be product based. So for example, like the end cap detachment is a P33 Visage. So I will go on the log of 2022. And I'll filter it for the product, for the part number, I'll filter the part number, and then I'll just look at the history. So like for example, we had one for end cap movement. It wasn't for end cap detached, but it was just an end cap movement. So it won't be a repeat because it's two different concerns. So like that, we'll filter through last 2 years, and we'll try to come to conclusion whether it was a repeat or not.
Understand. And do you analyze the frequency of concern issues? So do you Pareto or see whether what the biggest families or issue.
So based on So we also have a log for internal concerns and external concerns. So we'll try to match, we'll try to get a history of it, saying which are the most problematic parts.
Yeah.
Right. So once we come to a conclusion, say SARS is the most problematic part, it's got a high fallout all the time.
Yeah.
So we'll put that part on a containment.
Yeah.
So that's our containment team already there, and they will be checking that part 100% of time.
Yeah.
Whether it's a customer concern or not, they will be checking that part before it's gone to customer.
All right, so let's just take a sample because I'd like to sort of follow through. So I'm going to use that end cap detachment. I've got a record of that, and let's just pick another couple of recent customer concerns.
Let me to zoom in.
Yeah,
so another customer concern. So you look at a list from there. For example,
so what
that's
about this
air spoiler assembly fault. Right, so it's an assembly fault. It says foam fitted incorrectly.
Yeah, so we'll look at that.
You want to look at that? Yeah.
And then I'll just pick one more from, let's just scroll up. So that top one there.
This one?
Yeah.
BMW?
Look at that one. Okay, so I've got those samples listed down. We'll follow up now and understand a bit more about how you've taken those customer concerns and gone through the problem solving process.
Definitely, yeah. I can show you that,
Thank you.
Thank you.
An important process in any organisation is the handling of customer concerns. The auditor started by reviewing the initial response once a complaint is received. In this organisation, they are very close to the customer site. So the auditee explained that the first activity is always to try and visit the customer and understand the issue that's been identified, whether the issue relates to the organisation part that's been manufactured, or indeed the problem may not be the organisation part, it may be a mating part that the customer is trying to fit the part to. Once it is confirmed whose responsibility the complaint relates to, the next action is to ensure that no more non-conforming parts are shipped to the customer, while the root cause analysis and the corrective action is implemented. While it is okay for the first part of this audit to be audited in the office environment, it is essential that auditors follow audit trails related to customer complaints, which could be into production, it could be into the warehouse, or it could be into other related support processes. The auditor also questioned on how complaint data is analysed. For example, how many repeat concerns have been received and how many repeat concerns are dealt with. This relates especially to IATF requirement 10.2.3. And in this case, we can also refer to sanction interpretation number 20, which adds a requirement that the problem-solving process should focus on preventing the reoccurrence of any non-conformities. Effective auditing of the customer complaint process is essential to ensure that if problems do occur, that they are effectively dealt with. And actions not only focus on solving the problem, but also to prevent the reoccurrence of problems. While it is acceptable to start auditing this process in the office environment, audit trails should be followed to the relevant processes to ensure effective communication of the issue and to verify effective actions have actually been implemented within the relevant process.